welcome people that like geography? I don't know. Brand new pedal. Apparently released today, which for you doesn't matter because you're watching this 2 years from, not now, but 2 years from 2 weeks from now, which is today. Complicated shit. Hey, Wampler thing came in this box. Let's do an unboxing without the pedal because it's already on the table. Comes in this beautiful velvety sack, which I still want to make a blanket out of. Super mega protected with big bubbles, very important. Comes with feet that you can attach. A Wampler certified pedals tone chaser sticker. Another Wampler built in USA sticker. And then, what's this? The Equator manual, which I did not read. Should I? Controls the output of the pedal. Volume is a good knob to have. Yes. Okay, the bass knob has 19 dB plus minus. The mids have what? That's where the difference of the mids is. I was like, huh? And now I'm like, whoa. Mid 1 does plus minus 15 dB at certain frequencies. Why the frequency range less boost with that? What? I don't know. And mid 2 does 25 dB at certain frequencies. And then the treble does 19 dB again at 7K. Blah 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 blah. Needs 9 volt. Can also be powered at 18 for, I guess, more headroom, whatever. So that's what there we go. That's it. 19 and 19 and 15 and 25, if you know what I mean. Bass and treble, and mid 1 is 15 and then the second one is 25. Why Brian picked that? I don't know. But that's probably a good reason. I think, I'm not sure, but I think the one that I saw at NAMM, hey, want to look at it? So the one that I saw at NAMM, I don't think had those frequencies written in. And if you look at the frequencies, mid 1 starts at 238 Hertz, which is a weird number, and then goes up to 5K, whereas mid 2 starts a bit higher, but it's kind of close, and ends at 4.8. So both are very clearly mids, but picked slightly differently. It might be whatever components he found to do that have those numbers. I have no idea. I don't know if he picked that, and if he did, I really want to know why he did. 238 and then 4.8 and all those. So an EQ doesn't sound like anything. An EQ is a tone shaper. Let me actually level it, because that was still the setting from the lead tone on the amazing track that you heard in the beginning. A tone shaper. Now the question is, do you put this in front of your amp, where it will sound less effective than behind the amp? Or do you put it in the effects loop? Now, let me put it this way. In the effects loop, especially when it comes to distortion, which you might want to shape, there are more frequencies because distortion adds all those harmonics. And it has more stuff to shape. When you put it in front of the amp, it's different because the amp will get a different tone and therefore distort differently. So you're actually shaping how it will end, if you know what I mean. So we're going to do both. We're going to start with it in the Friedman Smallbox 50, which is something Leslie can call up on one of the cameras somewhere. So it's this thing right there with all the gold. That's going into the aux by Universal Audio with the 412 with creambacks, being mic'd, virtually mic'd, with an SM57 and a ribbon. And right now it's on clean, and the Equator is actually in the effects loop. It's got, as you can clearly see with the little arrows, top loaded ins and outs, and again you can load it up with, you can power it with 9 to 18 volt. Does it take a battery? I have no idea. I didn't open it up. I'm not doing that. That's the sound of the Smallbox 50. It's nice. Yeah, I didn't start my movie camera. It's not a movie camera, as in movie. It's a camera that moves. It's my movie camera. Get it? So it's late, and Musikmesse is next week, and I really need to finish this video. That is just beautiful. So we'll turn it on. When you turn it on and you try to center everything, there are no notches, which could be nice to have. You immediately notice that it's not a neutral pedal. So don't turn that thing on if you don't want something to happen. You know, turn it on, and then it's there. It's not something that you don't notice if everything's centered. So we'll go through it one by one. Volume we'll do loud and not so loud. So we might actually use this as a boost in front of an amp. If you want to get vintagey sounds with less bass, that is awesome. For those vintagey sounds, they are usually very thin, so who knows? Whatever vintage means, I don't know. I'm just talking right on my ass. That's kind of neat. How much bass is there? This might actually be really good for bass. Oh, damn it, do I have to test it with bass? I should, but I'm not gonna, because who's got the time? This could actually, if I lower the high end a little bit. Okay, let's pretend I can play it. This could be nice for the jazzy stuff. So, well, high end. Careful. That's 15, 19. It's a whole bunch of dB on the high end. The spank! Have I mentioned this red thing by that guy? This is amazing. So let's do. Low and high, I see more of a thing to adjust to your amp, you know? But the interesting stuff happens when we go. I'm gonna boost it with all its 15 dB, something. just, by the way, how you dial in any kind of frequency. You boost the shit out of it, you sweep it, and what's with the chair? And then, once you found the frequency, then maybe you take it away, or you find the level that you want. Okay, so if you want to cut a frequency, boost it, find the frequency, and then cut it. So if I want to find something that really annoys me, so that's how you kind of dial in an EQ. Boost it, find out where you want to be, and then dial in what you actually want. So I just de-ickied that sound a bit. I made it less pointy. That amp is not icky. Try something. Now, what if you have one of these things? One of those PRS type guitars with 3 single coils, you know? So for me, one of those PRS style guitars, look at us being all in the same color. Come on. It's tricky because with that single coil in the back, that's too harsh for me. So, can I de-icky that? Ha! That easy. And I dial in more bass because I'm probably lacking that. That's a little bit fat now. Yeah. I could now crank that. I still have to tweak it a little bit, but generally speaking, if this is all you have, you know, a PRS style, then, then something like the Equator can totally help you when you go on this, especially in a clean setting or when it's too to make it less, you know. So, moving on. Because we don't have this problem here, because this is a modified PI style guitar. Let's stay there. So, we have a cranky sound now. It's cranked. Let's see how we can shape it. Technically, we should be able to shape it even more because there are more frequencies. those mids a little bit. Bring the bitey mids out, that makes the Marshall a Marshall. Fill up with some of those roundy mids down here. Some bass. And have a lead sound. My fingers do nothing. So it works in many, many ways. Could we make this heavier? What you call heavy, some people might. I wouldn't, but some people. I'm playing complete bullshit, but it's an EQ demo, not a how cool can I play demo. What's even more high end there? I made that amazing amp sound colder and harsher. That's mean for leads, I don't want that. So, it's all freaking possible. Great, it works amazing. Knowing that the frequency 1 and frequency 2 have different pushies, meaning more dB on the mid 2, not frequency, on mid 2, is good, because if you really want to go completely crazy, I wonder if the Q is different, meaning how steep, how narrow does it do its thing. Let's put it in front of an amp. So here we got the Morgan AC20. A Vox style amp that has quite a bit of bass. That's in front of it. Friends who like that icky, sludgy kind of weird music, they will love this. Just kill the amp. if we now actually crank up the volume, there are people who actually like that, so way to go for you guys. Let's see if I boost here. Completely different. I'm probably really killing the amp here. I might also be killing the AMPETE. Super high levels. Because you can definitely boost the shit out of this when you crank up those knobs. That's a lot of boost. So it works beautifully in front of that Morgan, and you can get, you know, different sounds out of it. The distortion is coming from pushing the amp. But in certain frequencies. What else do we have? Let's be funny, let's go into the Orange Rock Reverb. Well, that's a much more defined lead sound right there than this. Fingers. So that's kind of cool. Can I make it? Now if I wanted to scoop it, I would have to do that in the effects loop. So, we have one or two more contenders. Joyo Bill Street, which is a tweet type amp. That makes it very sterile in that way. Well, we took the mids out. I'm gonna go with that's the AMPETE switcher who's just overloading. Again, primarily use this in the effects loop. I'm just trying to show you how you can shape your distortion if you wanted to. Let's go to something that's already driving as well, which is a Friedman Dirty Shirt. That's very, very ballsy. Always, the Dirty Shirt always has the big Friedman balls. Let's see if we can deball it. This is all not nice what I'm playing. Nice! It got sleeker, got a little bit more gain. And all without losing your amp, because this is not a distortion. It's just shaping your amp a little bit more. Yeah, one funny one is the Blackheart 120 euro amp, 5 watt, an old but good one. Anything else? I think we covered it in front of driving amps, in front of clean amps, in the effects loop. Yeah, we covered it. Let's talk about it. So, the Equator, which is trying to match my outfit. Ha! 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 I'm just realizing the Equator, I'm wearing a zebra. No shit, people. I just realized that I did this was not deliberate. Equator, get it, zebra? Leslie, get it? Leslie's like, no. Well, Leslie doesn't know geography or zoology or any of that. Girl's pretty, what can you do? I mean, what do you want? It's a freaking EQ, it doesn't make its own sound. It shapes the sound that you give it. It helps you shape distortion in front of an amp. And again, everything that was blown up a little bit too much, that was probably because it has a lot of dBs, the buffer on the AMPETE switch is saying, nah, I've had too much, okay? So, I would probably put this in the effects loop and use a booster distortion in front of my amp. That's just how I work. This would be in the effects loop for me, and if anything is a little bit too much, take it down. If it's not enough, get it in there. It's the perfect, I have a one-channel amp and I want a lead sound pedal. Perfect. Like right here, and then a little bit of bite, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. Careful, you know, with the low and high, tweak that a little bit, and you're good. So, if you want another flavor out of your setup, Equator does it. You have to fiddle around with it. EQs are always like, not something you step on, you're like, whoa, you can go wrong. Look at the Metal Zone, too much EQ stuff, and people go wrong with it. Play with it. Leslie, is that what she said? No? Apparently that's not what she said. So hey, I don't know how much this is. Given that it's a Wampler pedal, I'm gonna say in Europe 229 euro. But that's just a guess, no idea. Is it too steep? No. I mean, it's not a delay. It's not like, wow, I'm having fun with it. It's not like a drive. It's like, whoa. EQs are tools. So it isn't gonna be the thing that you go unpack and go like, oh my god, I'm in heaven. Because it's an EQ, okay? It's a tool. It's like a tuner. Yeah, you can get a different sound, but it's not that, oh my god, new pedal day kind of pedal. But it's a pedal that can absolutely fulfill the job if you need to get some other sound out of your rig or tame frequencies with the PRS style guitar like we saw. If you need that. Okay, I've talked too much. Okay, cool pedal. It does work, and I think they really looked at the details when it comes to like the 15 and the 25 dB, and it makes sense. Everything makes sense, and it's well built, and USA and all that stuff. And Brian Wampler is a cool guy, so what can you say? Links below. I have t-shirts now, and not these. Get some, links below. You'll see me flippity flop on the flippity flop, and something about animals at the end.